Hey everybody, welcome back to the Survival Heights Season 2, my 1.16 plus amplified hardcore survival world. And I've got a lot of stuff to show you all since the last episode, but once again, thank you all so much for all the awesome comments about tool and armor names and whatnot from the previous episode. I've actually gone ahead and implemented some of those, and I've done some off-camera work as well, or technically not off-camera work, technically stream work. If you guys are interested in that, you're not on Twitch and you're not watching the streams, I do have a second channel that's linked down below. You can go ahead and I have all the live stream replays of this series over there in a playlist, so I definitely recommend checking those out. But in terms of the comments from the previous episode, let's go ahead and review some of the tool names that I have. So surprisingly, I got a lot of comments about naming things Bob, which I thought was interesting. So our pickaxe is named Bob. Why not? I mean, it's silly, it's fun, it's Bob, sort of a, whatever to the Afterlife SMP Season 3, my roommate there, my Iron Golem roommate, his name's Bob, so why not? Along with Bob, we have Axolotl. I know Axolotl, the actual amphibian or whatnot, has an OLOTL at the end of it, but this was the comment and I thought it was pretty cool, so name the axe that. The bow is now called Gas Conqueror. That was also a comment. The shovel, I decided to name Jeff. Why not? That was a comment and I thought it was pretty silly, so we got Jeff and we got Bob, my two trusty mining and mining and whatnot tools that I use in this world. And then I guess the last two we have Carrot for the golden helmet, another suggestion. And then this one's a little bit special and I thought of this. Many of you from the previous world will know of a character named Steve, which is a cow basically that was freed in the world, that was named Steve and became a huge running thing within the world. I decided to name the Diamond Hoe Steve's Legacy in honor of Steve, who of course is no longer with us because we don't have the old world. So I thought it was a pretty cool name. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments section below. And if you have any armor names, feel free to let me know of those as well. Anyways, if we look at my valuables chest here, you'll actually see I've done a few things. So we have 17 Eyes of Ender, which means we are perfectly ready for an Ender Dragon fight in the future. That won't be today, but it is in the near future. I also got a few more books. I got a Feather Falling 2 book, a Soul Speed 2 book, as well as I enchanted the sword with Sharpness for Sweeping Edge 3. I'm not going to use the sword quite yet. The axe is done just fine for me. I also have an Efficiency 4 and Breaking 3 shovel. I don't know if I mentioned that to you all yet, but I do have all this stuff here that I did. Like I said, kind of off camera. If you're interested in those streams, I just started up the second channel, so I definitely recommend, if you're not on Twitch, checking those out at least to see the more quote-unquote off-camera work that we've been doing. But besides that, I have been doing some stuff up on the surface that I want to show you all as well. So we're up here on the surface, and you're probably saying, White, what the heck? First off, there's nether wart, which is one of the things that we actually went and found a nether fortress. That's why we have blaze rods and all of that kind of stuff. So we have found a nether fortress finally with nether wart, the blaze powder, all that good stuff. But the other thing you'll notice as well is that, holy smokes, there's no trees up here. So I've been leveling some of these trees, getting a whole bunch of wood, because one of the tasks for today's episode that we're going to be doing a little bit later on is we're going to be building a house right up there. If we actually make our way up there, I'll show you all what I was looking at basically and why I'm building a house up there. So as many of you know, we were just in my starter cave area, and that was sort of my starter area when I was first getting sorted throughout all the first nights throughout this world. And I built a little enchantment system there. I had a little mine, and of course the chests and the furnaces and the bed and all that good stuff. But I found out very quickly that it's very cramped and there's not a lot of space there. There's not a lot of storage there mainly. And if I want something a little more permanent that we can have around here, I think for the first time in probably 4 or 5 years, I will be building an actual starter house in this world, which is kind of crazy to me because I haven't built an actual starter house in quite a long time. But I picked this area here specifically, and we're going to do probably a little bit of terraforming to fit this place or fit the house that I'm thinking of building here into the space here. But the reason I'm picking this place is because we have this whole bunch of area down there that I want to make into farmland, and I want this house to overlook that farmland. But behind us, we also have these huge mountains, and I want to see, probably, this could change, but my current idea is to have some sort of sky city or sky village going on here with all kinds of bridges and whatnot. So I want to leave this area open to some of that. This will be sort of the middle point, and then we'll have the farming area down there. That's my current goal for the whole base area here. I want to start building some more villages. I miss building villages. I haven't built those in years, and I definitely want to see if I can get back to doing a little bit more of that, because that's honestly a lot of fun to me. Just getting house designs and filling up the area, it's a really, really cool thing for me, so I want to get back to that pretty soon. But before we get into any sort of house building today, you can kind of see my armor. you might be able to infer where I'm going with this. We have diamond armor, and we have golden helmet, obviously, because of the nether, but we have a diamond helmet on us as well. That means we don't have any ancient debris. And although we're probably fine going to the dragon with just diamond armor, I've done it before, we've done it many, many times over the years, I want to have some of the best armor that I can possibly have going to that fight. So I want to spend a little bit of time just digging for some ancient debris and see how many pieces of armor we can make into actual netherite armor. I know it's going to be quite the feat, so I'm going to do a lot of this stuff off camera. Hopefully I'll get quite a bit of netherite. I'll probably spend a few hours trying to do this, just to see how much we can actually get from it. I actually had to stop here because there's lava on the other side over here. I had to dig down this way. I'll be mining at Y15. I think that's about the right level. And I'll be doing a lot of speed mining. I don't really have the sand or the gunpowder for TNT, so I'll be doing a lot of speed mining. But I want to see where we can go with this. I want to see exactly how much ancient debris we might be able to get. And if that means I need to make myself another pickaxe, or I need to repair this pickaxe, we will need mending on this stuff at some point. But, oh, there we go. There's already one piece of ancient debris. Ooh, 2 pieces of ancient debris. Hopefully there's no lava there. 3 pieces of ancient debris. Almost have an entire new set, or an entire first piece, because we need, what, 4 gold ingots and then 4 of the shards that you get after smelting this or whatever to upgrade 1 diamond piece of armor. So I want to do a little bit of that, folks. I want to speed mine a little bit, see how much of this stuff we can actually get, and see how much of my armor I can actually upgrade before we eventually get to that dragon fight. So it's time for a little bit of work. I'll bring you guys back with a progress update in just a moment. So a sizable amount of time has passed, and really all I have to show for the amount of work I've done is this netherite pickaxe. So Bob is now a netherite pickaxe. My armor is still diamond. The rest of this is still diamond. I found it very difficult to actually get a whole bunch of ancient debris. We've got a little bit, actually not in there. I put it in my ender chest here. I've got a little bit in here, but honestly, that's not a whole lot. It's not even, that's, one more netherite scrap and we have enough for another tool or a piece of armor or something like that, but that's not very much at all. And I've gone through an entire diamond pickaxe, actually broke a diamond pickaxe in order to get to that. So yeah, we're gonna put a pause on the netherite stuff for now. It hasn't gone the way I hoped it would, and I'll get back to it at some point. I don't really need it for the dragon, but if I get some time before the dragon fight eventually, then I'll definitely see if I can get that done. But what that does mean is that we are now ready. After I grab some of this stuff here, we got a whole bunch of oak in here, some birch logs. We are now ready for our time together to building this starter house. So I'm gonna roll a little time lapse, folks, hopefully using replay mod, and we're gonna go ahead, head up to the surface and build ourselves a starter home. And so the construction of our starter home begins. I had to get rid of a lot of the terrain around the area, at least enough space where I could actually build this house on top, because the house is actually a lot bigger than you might think it is, and it kind of barely fits on this little plateau area. I have to do a little bit of terraforming after we're done with this, but when you see the house, you'll see a lot of colors and a lot of different textures that you'll probably, if you've been around the channel for a long time, you'll know that I use a lot of. I use a lot of birch, I use a lot of oak, I use a lot of brick and granite in the base, and I use a lot of leaves, as well as I mix in all the stripped logs throughout my build. And I think that this house really resembles my build style, if you will, and definitely the build style that I want to go with for this world. It's me, it's something simple. It adds in birch, which people tend to hate for some reason, along with some oak flavors, gives us that nice forest vibe that you want, along with the bricks and granite and the different textures and whatnot that come along with the different variations in the wood. So hopefully you all like this. You'll also see in this at some point that I do mess up the front right window at the top of the house. We do end up going back and fixing that, but I think that this house turned out pretty well. And while we won't be doing this interior on camera at first, at least with this replay mod time lapse, I will be doing it later on in the episode, because I think the interior is really cool as well, and it's got multiple floors. It's actually got 2 floors and a basement, and this house is going to be perfect for our needs for the foreseeable future in this world. I want to have another storage area at some point. I want to have different enchantment areas and all kinds of like furnace, a super smelter at some point, all that good stuff, but all that stuff comes with time. And right now my main focus is getting to that dragon, defeating the wither, stuff like that. And once we do those things, it opens up a world of possibilities for us. So I think this house is perfect for our needs. And along with this, a question I get quite a bit about Amplified in particular is, how do you build within Amplified? What do you do? Do you build on top of mountains? Do you build down on the ground? Do you build into the side of mountains? How do you traverse and how do you build and work with an amplified world? Because for most people, it's pretty daunting. I mean, most people are used to just regular survival worlds where it's nice. You can, get a nice flat space to build whatever you want. And if you guys want an actual tips and tricks video on that, leave me a comment down below. I've been thinking about doing an amplified world sort of tips and tricks video, ways to survive, then maybe a video about ways to different build ideas and ways to build within an amplified world, because it is so different from a normal world, at least for right now, until 1.17 comes out with the mountains and all that kind of stuff later on. But for now, it's a whole different style. So if you guys want some tips and tricks, let me know. When it comes to this house, I was thinking that I wanted to build on top of plateaus. So of course, there's a couple different ways you can build in an amplified world. You can build into the side of mountains and within mountains. You can build on top of them. And then you can build on plateaus throughout them. You can create your own plateaus and sort of show the difference in elevation. Or you can build just on the ground if you want to build a nice village or a nice farming area. And in this series, I kind of want to do a mixture of all of these. With this house, it's on a plateau. But eventually, I want to head up to the tops of mountains and build things here, like I mentioned earlier. And then down to the bottom, to the valley area, where I think it's going to be really, really nice to have a farming valley down there that really, scratches my itch for some sort of farms down there, some sort of large wheat fields and carrots and potatoes and things like that. So once again, though, if you want a separate video on that, let me know down in the comment section below, because it's actually something I've been thinking about. I just don't know if people are really interested in that sort of thing or not. Anyways, without further ado, the exterior of this build is now almost complete. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know down in the comment section below what you all think of it, or any small changes you think would help with it. We still got some small details to do, but any feedback, always appreciated. So now let's head on into the rest of the video and get working on the interior. Alright folks, so this is what the exterior of our area looks like. And I wanted to step inside and do the interior now because I've actually done a little bit of the interior, but not a whole lot. I added in some beams right here. I've added in the trophy room area, which is going to be over here, at least the basics of it. Over here, we're going to have our enchantment set up. Obviously, this little entrance. I got to fill in some of this stuff as well. The roof needs some better details to it as well, and some trim to it and whatnot. And then up here is where we're going to have our bed area, some furnaces, and a little bit of storage and stuff like that over here. So let's get started, folks. Let's get started first, I think, with the enchantment setup that's going to be over here. This one is pretty simple, and I think I don't have all the materials I need, so we're not going to be doing all of the material stuff that we might possibly need, but it's gonna go something along these lines and go all the way up to here, all the way across, and then right there. And then we can put, I think right here, let's just put this torch right here. I think in the middle here, we're gonna put an enchantment table. On each of these sides, we're going to put some stripped oak logs, which I think sort of gives this sort of effect to the enchantment table that it's sort of woven into the floor here. And I think it looks pretty cool, but I don't think we have anything to enchant on us currently. No, but this should theoretically give us a level 30 enchantment setup. I need to add in some other things along here as well, like some anvils and stuff like that. And of course, I still need to add in some carpets and stuff, all kinds of stuff that we still need to do here. But this is where the basic enchantment setup is going to be. If we go ahead and do a little bit of that. Right here, we're going to put a little bit of flower pot. I don't have the flowers on me either, but there's going to be a flower right here. It's going to be an entrance to a basement where our storage is going to be right about here. On this side, we're eventually going to have, I think, a chest and let's see if I can make some oak planks here, crafting bench, and a chest right there just for some extra storage. And then in this side here is where we're going to have our beginning armor, and where we're going to have just some item frames and whatnot where we can put just general things. So for now, we're just going to put all of these right here like so. I think we're going to put these right here and put some right here. Perfect. So actually, I want to put these, I think, in the middle here like that. There we go. So we're going to have some potted plants in here as well. I don't currently have them on me, but we're going to put some potted plants and have like some of our first nether decorations there as well. And I think that this place is actually kind of cool because of the pillar in the middle. It's almost like a little roundabout right here. Sort of whenever you walk in, you have to sort of go this way and go around, or you can come back the back way and go back around, which I think is pretty cool. Anyways, up top here on the second floor is where we're going to have, like I said, our bed in the middle. So let's go ahead and put a bed right in the middle right here. And then I want to have some of these on the sides here to sort of frame everything in, like so. Something like that. Is that? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine as is. So we're sort of gonna frame everything in like a so, and then I want to have, there's gonna be some potted plants right here as well. I want to make sure we're gonna cover a lot of this with carpet, but I want to make sure these 2 spots are open. That way we can actually respawn and you know, have a place where we can respawn to outside of the bed. On this left-hand side, we'll put in a few of these barrels, along with, I think, something like this and like this, with a oak stairs in the bottom here. I don't really have them on me, but we're gonna have a crafting bench. Actually, I do have I can make a crafting bench. We're gonna have a crafting bench here as well, along with an ender chest, which actually I think for now, oh, this I wanted to convert into a oak stair so we can actually use that. For now, we're just gonna have nothing there until I have a better ender chest, because I want to keep this ender chest on me. But for now, we'll just leave it empty as is. And then on this side, it's probably pretty obvious based upon what's in my inventory right now what we're gonna have here. We are going to have, let's see. We are going to have furnaces here, I think. Or we're gonna do the blast furnaces on this side, and we're gonna do the smokers on this side. Do I need this here? I need that one there. And then we're gonna put some stripped oak right here and on this side as well, which I think will end up looking pretty cool. So have it sort of framed in like that. And once we have a lot of the carpets in, this is gonna look a whole lot better. Some minor details around the place. So putting in some lanterns above there to give some light to the area. I think I'm probably gonna put another lantern. I need more wood at some point. I definitely don't have enough wood for this, but I want to go ahead and fill this in, I think. And we might, actually, they might end up being birch. I don't know. I think for now, we're just going to put a lantern right there, and then we'll sort of see how that goes. In the middle here, I'm going to frame in these sides, I think, right here, which I think will look pretty dang cool. We might end up putting a lantern in the middle there as well. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's about what I want. And of course, we're going to frame in these sides, I think, on the sides here. So if we do something like this, maybe around the sides, something like that. And then we can probably just do some slabs on the side here. I don't really want to interfere with the windows too much, so we're just gonna do some slabs right there. That's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either, so we'll deal with that for now. I want to put a little bit of a trim in here as well, though. So we do something like this, small little trim like that. It's probably gonna be plenty for us, actually. We'll do, I don't like that. We'll do a slab right there then, just to sort of complete the trim look. I like that. I like the trim look as is. So that's what the ceiling is there. In here, we still have a whole bunch more of trim work and detailing to do in the tops here. I'm going to do a lot of this off camera though, folks. I wanted to show some of this on camera so you all can sort of see the way in which I decided to detail. I start with the first floor normally, partition things into different rooms, figure out what rooms I want. So I want an enchantment table here and a treasure area here. And then heading up to the furnace area with a little bit of storage and the bedroom right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, folks, and finish this off camera. That way I can get all the materials I need and have a complete thing for you all whenever we come back in just a moment. All right, folks, while this house interior isn't quite complete, I think it's about time we end things off for this episode. I want to show you all what I've gotten done so far, and I'll do the rest of it hopefully in between episodes or sometime in the future. So as you can see behind me, we have the bed. We have a few of those pots right there. I haven't put any flowers in those yet. I don't really have any flowers, so we'll get to those a little bit later on. But of course, we have the furnaces here that you saw and these barrels. I ended up putting some barrels in the ceiling here as well. I think that this looks pretty cool and adds a little bit of extra storage. Obviously, the ender chest is going to go there. We have the stone cutter here as well if I do end up needing that. We have some anvils up here if I need those. We have a, whatever this is called, a smithing table for the netherite gear. Oh, and of course we have all the carpets here. I do want to add a few more gray carpets. Replace some of the light gray with gray. I think it's a little too light right now, but I don't have enough gray wool yet. So once I get more gray wool, we can replace some of that. But if we head downstairs, we head down here, you'll see another potted plant needs to go there. Once again, I don't have many of those. I have a few anvils that I placed here and a grindstone. Ooh, you know what I forgot? I forgot. Do I have one out here? I don't have one out here. We'll fix it in just a minute. There's supposed to be a chest right here. that I want to put some lapis and stuff in that we can use, and some dummy like tools and stuff we can use for enchanting. But I do believe we end up plugging something in here. We don't have anything on me right now. We will be able to use a level 30 enchant here, which is pretty cool. And of course, the trophy room here, I haven't added in our armor yet, but I'll definitely get to doing that. One here and one there, however that's gonna go. And of course, we're gonna put some pots here, but you know, haven't got to that just yet. But we do have the carpet down here as well, and I replaced some of the flooring in here, some of the oak, whatever these are called, planks, with some of the stripped oak as well. I think it looks pretty cool, and it adds a little bit of texture variation along with a lot of these carpets right here, which I think is a pretty nice mixture. The light gray and gray I think goes pretty well with all the different colors that are in here. So my favorite part of this house, though, my favorite part of this interior is the basement area down here. And the reason, look at all the chests, huh? We have, let's see, 6, 24, 48 double chests in here. In terms of starter storage, well, that's a lot, and I think it's gonna be plenty for us to be using moving forward. I've already started organizing some of it. Got a lot of stone areas here. This will be made for cobblestone right here. Dirt and grass, bricks, and of course, granite, andesite, and diorite will go here. All the wood types will go here. I'm putting all the leaves that I need inside of these chests as well, just for now, until I know how much room we have. This side will be more valuables and stuff, but we probably have a lot more chests than I technically need, but it allows for room for expansion in case I want to reorganize things. So that's sort of the plan there. And of course, we have a stone cutter down here, crafting bench, and I might move the smithing table down here as well. We'll see about that. I might need to do something with this upside here as well, added some slabs or something, but I think for now it looks pretty cool. And of course, I have the whole granite and brick mixture right here. I think is a pretty cool thing. We might add in some different stairs down here. It might be a cool little texture variation to use at some point, but I like the texture variation. It very much feels like a basement down here, and that's kind of what I was going for, was a storage basement area down here that I think fits pretty well with what we have. So, oh, and the last thing I did, if we go outside of here, just for the outside, I decided I'd put a few little things. So we've got a birch sapling and an oak sapling right outside of that window right there, which I think is a pretty neat little thing. We've got some stuff to sort here in between episodes, and just in the future at some point, I'll take some stuff from down in our starter cave and bring it up here, because this is more of our long-term stuff. And as well, I will need to sort of add a water elevator somewhere around here, probably right here-ish. That way we have great access to up here from down there without the use of elytra or ladders or anything weird like that we may not always have on us and whatnot. So yep, this is the house. Let me know if you have any suggestions for me down in the comment section below. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. If I didn't include anything in this you think I should have in a sort of starter house, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Survival Heights Season 2, my Amplified 1.16 plus hardcore world. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave me a like. And if you are new around here and haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe as well. Always love to see you all down in the comment section as well, giving whatever feedback you have about the video. But anyways, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.